Good evening, everyone. This is Paul Michael. I appreciate you jumping on here for a couple of minutes tonight. We are going to take a couple of minutes real quick and talk about Revo Ride. Let me get everything set up here. If there's anything issues you can't hear or anything, you're more than welcome to tell me in the chat. This is our new R-Link system that we're going to be using our new blockchain-based platform for rideshare and everything else we're going to be doing. So I am going to do my best to share my screen, and hopefully it's all going to work right tonight. Still learning it, so bear with us a little bit. Let me see if I can do this correctly. If you could share, if you could see my screen, if somebody could just tell me maybe yes in the chat, that would be awesome. But once again, my name is Paul Michael. I am excited to share a little bit about Revo Rideshare and why we got started and why we're so excited and why we're growing so quickly across the country. So I'm actually going to share my screen and pull up my little presentation that I have here. So give me just one moment. I'm going to run through this pretty quickly, and then I'm going to share a couple of things with you that I'm pretty excited about. So this is going to take up most of the screen. Dormal, can you see my screen all right? All right, cool. So, like I said, Revo Rideshare is our ride-sharing platform. The reason why we started was because, if you know the name, Revo stands for revolution. And I was actually in the industry, not in the rideshare side as much, in the delivery side for years. We did very, very well. We ended up selling out one of our delivery companies to a couple of other companies. But I always understood the riding part of it, or the driving part of it, and I use rideshare a lot. I travel a lot. And one of the things I always have tried to do with businesses is create businesses that are based on what is not only good for the consumer, but also good for those that are doing the work. My partner Tony and I always talk about bringing value. And if we can bring value to our clients, to those that are doing the work, in this case, the drivers, and then on top of that, those that are working in our home office, if we can put all those things together and bring value, we can be very excited and do very well. And the reason why I really got started with the rideshare is I started doing a lot of riding. I was traveling a lot. I was in Ubers, I was in Lyft, I was in with a lot of different clients, these other services. And anytime I talked to the driver, I understood what they were going through to a certain extent. And one of the reasons I really got excited about it was because I'd already started building the app, and I was out in Utah. It was up in the mountains, up in Sundance, where they had the Sundance Film Festival. And I was out there meeting with some of our partners about blockchain technology and things that I didn't understand at the time, but how excited I am about it now. But I had to get up very early in the morning. I had to get a ride, and I had to, get up at like 4 in the morning. So I knew the driver had to get up at 4 in the morning too. I had booked it the night before. So I started looking at the things that the driver had to deal with. And I knew that we were in the process of building a rideshare app. And I was excited about it, but it really became a passion at that point, that morning. And it was, I think, back in November, maybe, October, November. And it was early in the morning. It was actually in October. I know exactly when it was. I was in October. This poor driver had to get up at 4 in the morning, had to show up, hope I didn't cancel the ride, do all these different things. And I got in the car with her, and it was like an hour drive to the airport, 5:30 in the morning, put wear and tear on her car. You can see some of the things that I realized that drivers had to go through and that they didn't like. And I asked a young lady that was driving me, I said, listen, I know it's icy and rainy, and I want you to concentrate on driving. I said, but would you mind if I ask you how much you paid for this ride? And or getting paid for this ride. And she said $95. And I said, well, I don't want you to wreck. I want you to pay attention. But I think it's horrible that you're only getting paid $95 when I paid $263. And that's before even the tip. And I started really, really doing a deep dive and understanding what was going on with the rideshare industry and from the point of the drivers. And I realized drivers weren't getting paid what they're supposed to. And I really realized that a lot of these companies that are out there, they're technology companies, and they're more worried about how they can, take care of their shareholders, how they can make sure that, they get the most out of their drivers with compensating them the least. And I never understood that. I always believe that if you treat people right, you pay them correctly, and you do the right thing, it usually comes back. Now, maybe you won't make hundreds of billions of dollars, but I don't know how many planes or jets I can ride in. I don't need that many. But I also do need to be able, at the end of my life, to be able to look back and say, you know what? I brought value to people. I did the right thing. So we started looking at all the problems that are out there. We put together an amazing program, and Revo stands, like I said, for Revo, Revolution, and we are revolutionizing the rideshare industry. Now, our motto is our clients pay less, our drivers make more, and then every time someone does a ride, someone gets a reward. And I know we all know about reward points through Marriott, Skyline, airline miles. I just am booking some flights yesterday, and I got to take a full flight round trip because I have so many miles for $11. And so we started looking at it. How can we take care of our customers, make it so that they pay less? How can we make it so our drivers make more? And how can we just give someone every time a reward? And we started utilizing blockchain technology, which makes everything transparent. How many have ever been involved with companies and nothing is transparent? They don't tell you anything. I'm not going to get into all the details tonight, but I will tell you this. We are currently open and operating in over 40 cities. We're going to be opening 100 cities within the next 90 days. We're in the process of scaling and ramping everything up. We are getting very close to our international expansion. A few things we have to tie up. We want to get a few more things within our app fixed. We want to make sure that it's really ready to go globally so that we can do that. And then another thing that we do that a lot of these other companies don't do is we have 60%. Now, all of us know what advertising is, right? If you turn on anything you turn on, it used to be you would go to the internet because you didn't have commercials. But the commercials have found their way onto the internet. The first commercials have found their way onto every video almost that we watch. The commercials have found it into everything that we do because they need that advertising dollars to operate. We're going to be no different. But what we will be different in is when you, listen, I would tell you, go open an Uber app, go open a Lyft app. You'll see in there, you will see an advertisement. But guess where that money goes? That money that comes from those advertisements does not go to the drivers, does not go to the customers. It goes to the corporation. And so in the beginning, a lot of these corporations are very good. They're very nice. Like they came in and they started undercutting the way the cabs were charging and all these different things, made everybody fall in love with them. And then it's like an abusive relationship. They get you in, they tell you how pretty you are, how great things are, and then they start beating you up over and over. Well, with us, we're not going to do that. Utilizing blockchain technology, everything has to go to a vote. Everything, as we grow and our node ownership within our blockchain and our network grows, the drivers will have a say in what happens. The customers will have a say in what happens. The node owners, the ones that help run our network, will have a say. But we're going to be taking 60% of the advertising revenue that comes in, and we're going to be sharing that with our referral network. And that means drivers, that means customers that are a part of our referral network are going to be able to share in that. We also give people the ability to bring in a driver. If you bring in a driver, and I'm going to show you some of the changes we're about to be making. Right now, let me get to that in a minute. But we also have our node network that helps run everything. And if you want more information on that, we can definitely get that for you. But our node network helps run our complete network. So we don't have to go out and spend hundreds of millions of dollars on servers. We have everyone that we use a small bit of their computer that owns a node software that helps us run this network. So instead of any one thing having to take care of everything, we spread it out around over 390 node owners right now within our network when it comes to software. But we can get you more information on that. And each one of our nodes right now is producing approximately 3,200 rewards a day. I know with the amount of nodes I have received over the last 2 to 3 months since we've been doing that is an astronomical amount that I'm going to be able to use those for free rides. I'm going to be able to use those for other things within our ecosystem. But on top of that, our goal is that someday to turn that into a value. And I won't get into that too much tonight, but if you understand, you want to know more about that, our goal is to make it so our drivers can not only get paid when they're driving, but on top of that, they want them to get paid over and over and over. We give our drivers the ability to have their own QR code, which I'll show you in a minute, and customers that you can actually bring others into our ecosystem, and not just a one-time referral fee, but every single time they do a ride. Say you get a driver, and every single time they do a ride, you get paid off for what they do. Or every single time you have a customer, they're tied to you through our network and through our program. every single time they do a ride, no matter where it is in the world, in the US right now, but in the global very soon, you're going to be able to make a percentage off of that. So one of the things I wanted to talk to you about, and this is kind of just a dumb mascot, Doug. His name is Doug. If you want to know about him, he's around a lot. He's got an attitude problem, but I use him as a mascot here and there. But we're going to have new builder incentives that are coming very, very soon. We're working on it right now. We're in the process of revamping and redoing a lot of things within our back office so that we can pay out more. So let's just say there's an example of a ride. Right now, if you were to refer a driver and they did a ride, there's a flat fee of 20 cents that you're going to make on that ride. I don't care if it's $20, $50, or $100, you're going to make 20 cents. We are going to be changing that until it's a percentage. So now, I've always said, our clients are going to pay less, our drivers are going to make more, and that's 100% still going to be true. But on top of that, we're going to start making it so that those of you that are builders, some of you that are on this call tonight, you're going to want to go out and take on cities, and you're going to want to be able to have 100 drivers. You're going to want to be able to do meetings for those. I just spoke to a gentleman named Derwin today, and I was going to try to scare him on our call tonight, but I'm not. But he and I were talking about it. He's like, listen, I want to be doing trainings for drivers. I want to be helping them become better. That's what we need. We need leadership. We need people that can go out into cities and go, you know what? This is a city I'm going to take over. I'm going to get the drivers. I'm going to be doing meetings in person with them. I'm going to teach them how to do this. We want to reward that more and more. So let's say on a $100 ride, instead of 20 cents, you would get $1.50 on that ride. Now, same thing on the customer. I put driver on both of those. I apologize. I'll fix them. But one of those would be the client, and one of those would be the driver. If you got the driver, you'd make $1.50 instead of 20 cents. If you got the customer and you did the same exact thing, you're going to make $1.50 instead of $1 on that. So we're going to be instituting that. Don't ask too many questions about it right now. Sometimes I hesitate to bring these out. But I want you to know and understand that we're always looking for ways to better things, always looking for ways to make it 10 times better. So this is kind of the end of the Revo is the first and only rideshare program utilizing blockchain technology with a decentralized action-based reward system. And once again, remember, our clients pay less, our drivers make more, and for every ride, someone gets a reward. And that's kind of really how that works, a little bit about the system. I want to show you a little bit here. Forgive me if I have to put on my glasses so I can see things. The daily rewards, people are asking about that. So there's different this is our link, and one of my business partners and really, really good friends is the one that came up and created this whole system that's blockchain based. It's an amazing system. We're going to be utilizing it. I just got off the phone on a call tonight where I'm going to be able to use AI to where you're going to be able to, and listen, I know I'm not pretty, but we're going to have my own AI, which is going to be able to answer questions left and right. Like, this thing is going to be crazy. But our R-Link is such a good program, and we're perfecting it right now. You're some of the first that are seeing it. But if you look here, like, I can click that link right there, and hopefully it goes and shows everyone the Revo Ride page. Yep, it did. I can go in here. You can go, if you want to find out what cities you're in, you can hover over it. Las Cruces, Deming, New Mexico. I know we're opening up some new cities in the next few days. And you can go on this site and you can find out a lot about what's going on. But also, I want to show you some of the other things. Now, this is the most important link that you're ever going to see. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Dallas Cowboys link. I'm just kidding. I'm a Cowboys fan, so I had to throw that in there. R-Link Revo, if you want to find out about the Revo every one of us, if you're recruiting and you're bringing people in as a driver or as a customer, you're going to have your own portal. Now, I'm going to encourage you, and I'm going to tell you how to do this the right way, because unfortunately, we don't own Apple, we don't own Android, so we have to make everything work together. So my developers have gone through, put together your own back office. Every one of you, don't use my link, because if you use my link for people, they're going to be signed up with me. But every one of you will have your own link. And when you're sending this link out, you're going to want to make sure that people take the link. When they take that link, they're going to go in here and they're going to be able to fill out, see how it says the following individual is referred by? Your name will end up being there. They're going to fill this out. They're going to register. Once they so they're going to have to fill this information out, then go to their email, verify their email, Then they can go and download the app. If they do that out of sequence, they will just download the app and they'll be just in limbo. They'll be directly under the company. And at some point, we try to help people out as much as we can, but I tell our people after 3 or 4 times, they've got to get their people right because we're growing at an astronomical rate right now. We put 500 to 1,000 people into our company every few days because the excitement, the energy, and we're in the process of starting to scale. So the steps are, you're going to want to make sure they go to this link, fill out their information, then they're going to want to verify their email. Then they can go to the App Store and download either driver app or customer app or both. And then they'll have to fill out the information again, but then it links everything up so that now they'll have a network. They can go in and see how many people they have, how many are on this level, how many are on that level, what kind of money they're making off of their different levels and where it is. We have an amazing back office, and it's about to get even better. We have different things back here that you can use on a daily basis to help to help market your own business. You can go in here, you can see your transactions, what money you made on what ride. It's all linked back here. We even have merchandise where you can go and you can get Revo brand merchandise. They have stuff back here that I didn't even know we needed. I didn't even know you needed hold on, I saw something the other day that I'm like, man, I didn't know we need that, but guess we do. I guess we do need yoga leggings. Who knew? I know some people love those. But we've got all kinds of stuff. We're starting to get a little bit cooler. These are things I didn't know anybody would ever buy during the summer. But we have different types of hats. I think we even have the hats that everyone likes. I think they just got that new brand. But you got phone cases you can get in here. All kinds of stuff. You can get stuff to carry with your iPads. Here in Florida, we need the flip-flops. Oh, I didn't know we had a duffel bag. I may need to get that. I travel a lot. But you want to brand yourself and you want to be a part of Revo and have that out there. We have training in here where you can go through and watch different getting started videos. Tomorrow, we are doing a driver orientation event. I will be on that live because I'm going to be doing a lot of calls over the next 2 weeks answering questions. So I'm not going to answer questions tonight, but tomorrow on our, I'll find out exactly what time it is. I think it's at 2 p.m. Eastern, but I'm not 100% sure. But we can get that put up for you. I'm going to be there answering as many of these questions as I can. But you can go in your back office here and you can put all kinds of stuff. So I wanted to just kind of run through things as fast as I could for you tonight. That took about 16 minutes. I'm excited about where we are. Our company is growing on a daily basis. Things are amazing right now. We have people doing rides on a daily basis, making more money than they've made with the other companies. Now, are we at scale? Are we doing hundreds of millions of rides on a daily basis? Absolutely not. But we're on our way. We have some amazing leaders, some amazing people that are getting started with us. I know I see Lori and Danny gassing me on this call tonight. They're two of the most amazing people I've ever met. They're so fired up. They work harder than probably anybody I know. And it's just amazing. So, listen, we talk to 3 different types of people on a daily basis. The first type person looks at this and goes, you know what? I don't know if this is a business for me, but I ride rideshare. I'm going to take advantage of that. I'm going to utilize your company. I'm going to want to get rewards as you grow. I want to be able to, share in those rewards and be able to utilize that. The second type person goes, you know what? I got more questions. I want to be on that call tomorrow and understand how does a driver get paid? I want to understand how does it work for the driver? How does it work for the customer? How do the rewards work? How is that, is that active now or is it coming? All the questions that you have, we're going to answer those tomorrow. This third type person's like I was. When I see a good opportunity, I don't care what's going on in my life. I know, listen, I'm so busy right now. I have a lot of things going on in my life, but an opportunity fell into my lap a couple weeks ago and something that I know extremely well that I know that can go out and produce millions of dollars and help people in a very, very short amount of time. And it's funny because people go, oh, well, I'm busy. How many of you have ever heard somebody when you're talking about any kind of opportunity like, oh, I'm so busy? I promise you they're not busier than I am. But we find the time for things that are important for us, don't we? And that's exactly what I did. I found extra hours in the day. I moved things around. I spent about an hour today. I got up earlier. I do what I have to do for things that are important to me. And one of the things that made me the most excited about the rideshare business is this. I've done businesses where I had to hope that somebody would buy something from me every single month. I had to, get them to reorder weight loss pills or diet things or hair care or all these different things. The thing I found out about delivery and with rideshare, this is something that no one has to pay to get into. And what happens is people get excited about it because it's a residual income. Because when I need a ride, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to call and get a ride. And people that use rideshare use it over and over and over and over. I knew in the delivery business, I didn't have to call somebody up and go, hey, I hope you're hungry. And guess what? We got delivery coming too in a big way that's going to really shake the industry. So I'm just telling you guys, this is an amazing opportunity. Not only do you have the backing and the opportunity and the support of Revo and everything else we do, but you've got R-Link, you've got Element, you've got other blockchain projects and backing behind us that is, we can't lose. As long as we do the right thing by the right people and keep going, we win. So I appreciate you taking a couple of minutes with me tonight. I hope I did a good enough idea, giving you a kind of an idea of where we're at and what we're doing. And I hope you take an opportunity to get with us. And just remember, our clients pay less, our drivers make more, and every time someone does a ride, we can all get a reward. Thank you guys and have a great night.